Good afternoon. This is the message from they that was transmitted August 16th, 2012. During meditation this morning, I found myself on the beach. I was looking at these ugly lumps of things on the beach. They weren't exactly rocks, but they almost looked like perfect petrified somethings. It was pretty ugly, and it was maybe 5 or 6 or 8 inches around, for example. And I said, okay, what are these ugly little things? And they said, those are blessings. And I said, nah, these are just ugly little things. And they said, no, these are blessings. So I went to pick one up, and sure enough, it turned into something that was just totally beautiful in my hand. And then I picked up another one and did the same thing. And I was just a little puzzled how something that appeared to be so very ugly could turn into something so beautiful. That's when they said, it's because you have no understanding of what blessings are. They often appear to be something ugly and nasty looking, and when you get to pick it up and look at it and examine it a whole lot closer, you see that it's actually a beautiful thing. I thought about what they said and decided they were right. So then they were showing me sand on the beach. And of course, every beach has sand. So I said, what's with the sand? And they said, that's an example of all the people on the earth and all the lessons of all the people on the earth. They said, try and put your mind around how many billions of little pieces of sand there are just on this beach. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. They said that's how many lessons there are. That's how many people there are, and that's how many lessons there are. Wow. Then they were talking about the sand as I put some in my hand, and I was just letting it run back out onto the beach. And they said, pick up 1 grain of sand. So I did. They said, what is that? And I said, it's a grain of sand. They said, now just pretend for just a minute that this is a person. This little grain of sand is just a person. But when you put it back on the beach, it becomes not a grain of sand at all, but it becomes the beach. All those little pieces make the whole of the beach. All those little grains of sand make the whole of the beach. By itself, it's just a little grain of sand. But by joining it with all the other grains of sand, it becomes the beach. I said, where are you going with this? They were talking about lessons and how all these little grains of sand were lessons. But if you put them all together, it became one lesson. And all the grains of sand became one beach. I began to get a grasp of what they were talking about. And I turned around, and there was this lovely bed just sitting on the beach. It was just as nice as it could be. And I said, okay, I'm up for this. So I laid down on the bed, and I got real comfy, and I said, okay, now what? And they said, wake up. And I said, you just put this bed here. And they said, no, your only lesson is to wake up. All those little lessons combine together to make one big lesson. And that one big lesson was simply to wake up. And that's the story from they today. This is Anne McAvoy, psychic astrologer in Palm Coast, Florida. And my website is www.goldentrines.com. If you're new to the they messages, you can go to my website and find out the story of they. There's also a little YouTube thingy that I did months ago on the story of they and how all this came about in the very beginning. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm very, very accessible to questions and to comments. Have a great day.